Mozart once said that melody is the essence of music. And I think it's very easy to agree with that point of view when you think that when listening to all genres of music, it's usually the melody or the tune that stays with you and is memorable. And being memorable is also one definition of what a melody is. What makes a good melody is not quite so easy to define, which probably prompted American composer Aaron Copland to say, why a good melody should have the power to move us has thus far defied all analysis. Still, however, over the next few weeks, what we're going to be looking at is what makes a good melody and some of the building blocks that go into making good melodies. And of course, we're going to be looking at how to play these wonderful melodies on the bass as well. But already I can hear the question arising, hang on a minute, handbrake. Why are we playing melodies on this instrument when surely we should be concentrating on the lower end of the neck?
That's a good question.
But first of all, I think playing melodies on the bass is a lot of fun and it's very satisfying. But more important than that, and I don't think I'm alone in believing this.
The first thing was to learn the melody to every tune, which I feel is like ultra important.
Playing melodies has so many benefits other than that. Things like playing with freedom, playing with expression, with feeling, with emotion, with better note definition, more articulation. It's also going to help you learn your way around the neck. Furthermore, it's going to help you work things out by ear, playing by ear as well, soloing, reading music, writing your own tunes, writing your own bass lines. It's also going to help give you a deeper understanding of music, just understanding how music is structured, the nuts and bolts of music as it were. And speaking of nuts and bolts, really the building blocks of melodies are intervals. So what's an interval? Okay, another good question. An interval is simply the distance between one note and the next note. And each one of these distances or intervals can have a different name depending on how large that interval is. The smallest one being a semitone or a half step or a major second, this interval here. Already I can hear a melody developing from that interval straight away. Instant shock. That of course is John Williams' theme from the film Jaws. And incidentally, the movement that we have here, going away from a chord tone by a semitone then coming back, is also known as a neighbour note or an auxiliary note. And in this particular case, it's an upper neighbour note because we're going up in pitch. You can of course have a lower neighbour note going away from a chord tone down in pitch by a semitone or a tone. Here's another good example of that. Which of course is Beethoven's for Elise. So that's a lower neighbour note or a lower auxiliary note. Another good example would be this tune. Which of course is John Williams again, and it's the theme from Jurassic Park. So we've had a shark, a dinosaur, and also a genius playing the piano. So you probably noticed there's more going on than just semitones in that. There's other tones as well. And these are the building blocks, of course, of Western music, all these intervals. So if we take two notes, say for instance E to E, which are an octave apart. By the way, an octave gets its name from the Latin word for 8, because we usually divide up an octave, which is a note doubled in pitch or in frequency, by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hence octave. But of course, if you look at a piano keyboard and look at the note E to E, you'll notice that there are a lot more notes than just 8. In fact, there are 12 keys or 12 semitones that separate the first E from the second E, either higher or lower. So we're going to look at those next, and we're also going to name them as we go up in pitch. So of course, we've already met the first interval, which is a semitone or a half step or a minor second. So minor second, major second, minor third, major third, perfect fourth, sharpened fourth or augmented fourth to get bigger, also known as a tritone. 1, 2, 3 tones. Perfect fifth, minor 6, major 6, minor 7th, major 7th, octave. So those are all 12 notes of the chromatic scale, and with each one of those intervals you can build a melody, and in fact many wonderful melodies have been built from those intervals, and that's exactly what we're going to be looking at over the course of the next few weeks. So I do hope that you'll play more melodies on the bass. As I've said, it's a lot of fun and it's very satisfying and also very educational as well. So I do hope that's been helpful to you, and if you've enjoyed watching this video, please remember to like and subscribe. There's also Patreon as well that will help support this channel and hopefully bring you more videos along this line that really support the world of learning about music and becoming a better bass player. My name's Pete, this is The Infinite Bass. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.